Hello ladies and gents, it's Spoony Pizzas here with another Pro Evolution Soccer 2018 video, and today I'm going to do a online defending tutorial with you. I'll leave a link in the description below for the formation and tactics I've used. But you can see here that Paris Saint-Germain, his formation is using 4-5-1 with Neymar up front. Has joined me to offer his. Okay, so for this game I applied two-man markers to Neymar, both my defenders, central defenders. And I also applied tight marking to Neymar as well in the advanced instructions. And what you're going to see here is those two centre backs go on to Neymar, and you'll see me with De Bruyne trying to intercept the passing lane, trying to force him to play it long to Neymar.
Expertise. Thanks for that, Peter.
So in this next clip, you can see me applying pressure from behind with Gabriel Jesus. My secondary player select is De Bruyne, so if I was to press the player select button, De Bruyne will be selected, but I don't want to select De Bruyne, I want to select Fernandinho. So to do that, I just need to flick the right analog stick in Fernandinho's direction to pick him up. You also notice the two centre backs, one's covering and one's actually pressing on Neymar with that tight marking and man marking applied.
Everyone, the excitement has really picked up now, and
okay, you can see my formation is very offensive, but his is very defensive, so he's got 10 players in that red circle. You can see there, and you can see my players are nicely spread. If you see the game like that and you think, oh, that's a really nice spread of players there, you know you've got your tactics spot on. So you can see there, I'm applying pressure from the front. Neymar's isolated. If you can see the mini map, he's still got those two man markers on him. And there's players in between to stop the pass. Okay, as soon as he plays that pass, what you're going to see me try and do is get in front of Neymar with one of my defenders. I've still got another defender covering, so I know I can take a chance to try and get in front of him. So I'm just going to use Super Cancel by holding R1 and R2, or RB and RT, right bumper and right trigger, depending on your control pad.
Well, it's a tough one, but I've been so much of the game.
Okay, in this next clip, what you're going to see is if you've got a lone striker, he's going to have to lay the ball off. He's not going to be able to run 60, 70, 80 yards to goal and score, even with Neymar. So what I'm going to try and do here is try and get Vincent Kompany around to block the layoff to the supporting midfielders and apply a secondary player press by holding the secondary player press button.
Deep in opposition territory.
Okay, this is something worth noting. So if the ball's running away from you and you're the last player to touch the ball, what you can do is you can press the pass button and your player will make a sliding tackle, pass, or a lunging pass, which you're going to see now.
Like a winger. Tremendous fitness and
okay, what you're going to see now is a fake press. So it looks like I'm going to close the player with the ball down, who's just going to try and header this away. The ball's in the air. And yeah, I'm literally going to use Super Cancel and spin around and try to guess where he's going to head that ball and try to intercept the pass.
That has anything to do with you being a defender once upon.
Notice here how I select De Bruyne and worry about him getting back in position while applying the secondary player press with Sterling. Sterling actually gets the ball, so I then switch over to Sterling, get my body in between the player and the ball, and I've easily won it. You've probably seen this in some of my other Super Cancel videos about getting in front of the striker with using your defender from goal kicks and long balls. So that's exactly what you're going to see here. And you can see there, even though I've got two man markers on Neymar and tight marking, you can see there the defender's always covering. They're not like trying to attack the same ball. They are quite intelligent in the way they defend, so you don't need to worry too much.
Laporte brings it forward.
This is one of the rare occasions he's actually managed to get the ball through to Neymar. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Super Cancel, follow Neymar's path, and as soon as he takes a touch, press X and my player will shoulder barge or nudge him out of the way. X for PS4, A for Xbox.
He's picked him out.
Okay, in this next clip, what you're going to see me is using Super Cancel to intercept passing lanes with De Bruyne and Mendy.
Now.
As you can imagine, that was probably pretty frustrating for him. What you can see here is me super cancel once again to spin in behind and prevent any layoffs and apply a secondary player press with Fernandinho.
Just brushed off the ball.
Okay, in this clip I actually make a mistake. I mistimed Neymar's touch, so I actually touched the ball before Neymar, but luckily I was able to get away with it because the ball stood still. But you gotta wait for Neymar to take the touch and then you press X. Here I just was a bit too eager to get the ball.
He plays it forward. And he's made certain that will make that interception. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly.
He got fed up that he couldn't get out of his own half from the defending, so he just decided to quit.
Cut out in the...
Okay, in this next game I was up against Lukaku and Martial in a 4-4-2. I was playing exactly the same tactics, except this time I was man marking Lukaku with company and Martial as well, and also applied tight marking to both players. And you can see there, this is why I say that 4-4-2 is better than 4-3-3, because you can see there my defensive midfielder doesn't know who to pick up, so he's sort of lost in that midfield area.
Nick of time.
So straight away, what I noticed him doing during this game is loads and loads of 1-2s. So I was sort of preempting it. And you can see there that I'm going to use Super Council to track the run of Sanchez and not worry about the ball into Martial. I'm just going to use the secondary player press to deal with him.
Alexis Sanchez. Martial passes.
Now what you're going to see here is quite risky because it could give him a chance to go through one-on-one with the goalie. But you can see Sanchez managed to get ahead of my, I think that's Fernandinho. But I'm closing in to force him to pass the ball. So what I'm going to do is apply a secondary player press. Because you can see the little secondary player marker on both company's head. And that's going to activate the offside trap in a manual way.
It through. He's got away. Great ball. Now the shots.
Martial's managed to free himself up with some space. So I immediately select company, use Super Cancel, and put myself between the ball and Lukaku. So I make sure I use my body strength because I know Lukaku's probably got the edge on pace for me. But the physical stats are pretty much even, so I was just hoping to intercept that pass.
Not be beaten.
Okay, when you're in this scenario, do not take a touch because Lukaku's got the strength to knock you off the ball. You'll do like a little silly stumble and you'll be through one-on-one with the goalie. So just get it straight back to your goalie, no messing.
Good idea, just poorly executed.
In this clip I use Super Cancel once again, but just make sure that you have a way out. So what you can see here is I'm using a bit of skill to throw Pogba off because he's applying pressure. And I'm just going to use a little spin. And you can see there it's giving me loads of time to pick a pass.
Laporte, Matic. Forward it goes.
As soon as he lays that ball off, I'm not too worried about pressing the ball. I'm just going to cover the runner and then I'm going to switch to Gabriel Jesus and apply press from the front again.
Juan Mata. Martial. And he's looking at the referee.
So by now you've probably realised there's a pattern to his play. Long ball to the front and then he's just going to try and do 1-2s. So I'm just going to apply a press and spin back into cover. But like I say, just analyse what your opponent's doing. Chances are they'll keep repeating the same ways of attacking. And you just got to fall back and deal with it.
But the referee is shaking his head up to now.
In this clip I've applied a secondary press as I've still got two defenders back there to cover. But what I'm going to do is you're going to notice me use Super Cancel on David Silva to change his path. Because there's no point two players running along the same path. So I'm just going to basically make it harder for him to pass through the lines. And that's what you're going to see here.
Well, they showed glimpses of some wonderful football.
Once again, Lukaku's going to lay the ball off, and I'm just going to super cancel and cover his run.
They're dictating the tempo.
Use super cancel to press and intercept the passing lanes. During the course of period of these 2 games, or 1 game and a bit, they only had 1 shot, which was from a free kick. So whilst it is a risky formation, if you defend well, you can actually defend really well and prevent the opposition attacking your goal. In this game against Manchester United, De Gea produced some ridiculous saves, so I'll let the highlights run through. And that concludes the end of my tutorial, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll just let the highlights run through. But if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike the video, give it a thumbs down. And if you want to see more of these, then let me know in the comments. And if you've got any questions, yeah, once again, just drop a comment and I'll get back to you. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a great day and a good weekend. Bye bye.